Well, as I guess luck would have it, our spot was taken. It's part of being in a van. Your spot gets taken. However, we're not too far from our spot. Our spot was right there at the edge of that rock mountain there. But check this view out.
Welcome to the Adventure Closet. I'm Liz, and this is Charlie. We are two 80s and 90s kids that never lost their sense of wonder. We're all over the map, exploring wild and abandoned places, discovering rocks, geology, and history of different areas, all while living and traveling in our minivan Opal. I guess you can say our life is a mixtape of adventures, so hop in the van, hit the subscribe button, and let's go somewhere.
Talk about solitude. This is nice. We just got all showered up, got our water filled at a local park has a water spigot so we can fill all our water. Got our videos uploaded for the week. Had a couple days at the library, and now we get to enjoy this again and make some more videos for you guys. Really like this place. Gunnison, Colorado. Good library. It's got a community center for showers. It's got the free water, the free camping. Right, we're like 20 minutes to town. I mean, you could free camp 10 minutes from town, actually. But yeah. Good stuff. Only thing it's missing is some cool rocks. Some quartz on the ground here. You can see the mountains of Aspen, and I think Mount Antero is somewhere around there, which is where they have aquamarine. The highest mineral producing sites in the United States is on Mount Antero at 14,000 feet.
It's the next day, and we weren't really planning to film today, but we were setting out to go for a walk like we do most days. And there just so happened to be this really bumpy, rocky road that we couldn't get Opal down. And we decided to just walk down it and see what we could find. And all of a sudden, we were just finding the most amazing things. And we decided you guys definitely need to come along on this adventure.
Yeah.
All done by hand. Imagine that. The work.
Mixture of square and round nails. So it's been probably redone. Yeah, just imagine the work of bringing it all down here. Nice place though. There's a Beaver Creek right there. South Beaver Creek or something like that. Which is pretty cool. Some giant cow bones here. Picked clean. Some old strapping.
Make a dog very happy.
That would. Watching carefully for snakes. There's a big hole right there. There's a couple holes right here. Several holes. And here we are at the creek. Beautiful. So the creek's here and the cabin is right there, and we are camped. See if I can do this. Right there, that little lump at the top of the hill is Opal. So we walked all this way just to get down here. This is such a cool little place.
Good night.
Good night.
He's so tiny. I love prairie dogs. Oops. Say Alan. Alan.
Where are you going?
He's got another little house. So cute.
Sometimes this is how we have to ride on mountain roads. That's how we get to cool places, guys. You gotta throw rocks out the way.
Yep. Oh, just barely. And off we go.
Yeah, it's a minivan. Are you laughing? Are you laughing because I drove a minivan out here? It's just a minivan. You guys know anywhere to get some cool rocks? You guys are pretty. Bye now.
I might not be the best navigator as a co-pilot, but I can sure as heck throw some rocks out of the way. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. It's hot today.
It's super hot today. Like, what, do you think it's gonna be like in the 80s today?
It'll probably touch 90.
Yeah.
Today we're going on a walk down a road-marked Jeep trail. She can't really make it down Jeep trails. She barely made it up here. It was pretty rough coming up. But we think there may be a couple of cool structures down at the bottom. Like the one we saw yesterday.
Let's go check it out.
Let's go check it out. So this is the Jeep trail. A little less traveled and rougher than the one we walked down yesterday to find the cabin. But should be epic. As usual. Looks like the most recent person to come down here is on a horse and a quad. Probably not both at the same time. So it's about a mile on the map. Same length as the other one. And looking at an old map, the cabin we saw yesterday, I noticed that there was a little square on the map. And so I looked down this road, which this road isn't on Google Maps, so I'm using Gaia GPS. It's a pretty nice app. And there was 2 squares at the end of this road. But yeah, hopefully they're still there. If not, should have the creek down here too. South Beaver Creek. I couldn't find any information online about any of these structures. Probably have to go to a library and do some old school research to find some information on these, if there is any. There was a fence for the first one, but it's on public land and there's no trespassing signs. So we do assume that it is public property when it's on public land and there's no trespassing signs. Usually the fences are to keep cattle in. And we did find some cattle down at the other area.
It just looks like Wild West out here. I mean, I guess it is still Wild West. Wish you could smell the sagebrush.
So we have yet to see a rattlesnake. We hope we keep it that way, but it would still be kind of cool to see one from a distance.
Well, we've seen them in eastern Washington, but
Oh, yeah.
Of our travels.
Since we've been living in the van,
Yeah.
we have not seen a rattlesnake. And we've been where rattlesnakes should be. Like here, there should be rattlesnakes here. We're in the high desert.
I'm really curious. Like, I don't want to be super close to one, but I really want to see one. I want to hear its rattle.
I don't want to hear its rattle because that means you're too close.
I want to hear its rattle.
Well, then you got to poke it with a stick.
Well, that's not nice.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very smart either.
No.
We do not condone poking rattlesnakes with sticks. Lots of beautiful trees here in this valley. I like it. Well, that's interesting.
The road end?
Yeah, it looks like the road just ends.
How far are we from the cabin site?
Let's find out. The road just disappears where we're standing. But the structures are another 0.3 miles that away. Now there's a trail along either side of the fence up here, but there's also kind of a trail. There's also kind of a trail through the shrubbery here. The shrubbery. Just over a quarter mile. So it's a definite defined trail, probably a cattle trail or something. But there's another trail over here, and I think we're gonna go back on that one. See if there's anything interesting on that one. So far, the rocks are just basalt with some pieces of milky quartz in it. A little bit of iron staining on some of the quartz, but nothing out of the ordinary. We just heard something. Sound like an animal. Could have been an elk. Oh, I see one of the structures through the trees down there.
I see a fence down there.
Right in the middle of those two trees, there's a structure. Right there.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. Doesn't Liz just look so cute with her binoculars and her little hat?
You look cute with your little hat and binoculars.
My binoculars are in the backpack, but yeah. Oh, I think that other fence thing is another structure. Maybe it was just a pen right there to the left of her head. But yeah, we'll check them out.
Oh, I think I might see two structures down there. Either like a cabin or some sort of animal pen. I'm not sure. I wish I could show you guys through the binoculars, but I guess we're hiking down there, so you'll see it. Hold on. Give us a few.
It definitely looks like two cabins here. The one there, and then the one here. And what a beautiful setting for two cabins. It could be a cabin in a shop or something, but you're like right down in this valley here. You got some trees. I'm sure there was probably more at one point. And then like a seasonal stream going through here, and then a year-round stream of Beaver Creek, South Beaver Creek, just there in the valley. Very cool area. Prime real estate. So secluded, you can't hear nothing. You're down out of the wind. Gets windy in the afternoon here a lot. I'm sure the logs from this cabin came from trees up here. They just brought them down. Be some harsh winters with nothing in between those logs here. But how cool is this?
This happens in a house right here.
Yeah. Somebody's old dinner. An old paint can down there. Very cool. You got a window in the back, right there. And then you got your pretty short doorway in the front here. I'm 6'1", and looks like that's 6 feet exactly. Just under 6 feet. So cool. Very cool. I love how they didn't even bother to clean up the ends. And that might have been the old fence line for them right there. The cabin we found yesterday is just down the stream about a mile or so. So they were neighbors.
I'm going to show you guys what the view looks like from this cabin. If you're walking out your front door, beautiful and wild. Love it.
Okay, please no snakes. They hewn the sides of this one. Let me see. I thought that was a leaf, but it's an old can lid. Some galvanized roofing. Oh wow. Wonder what the hatchet marks on the inside was for. Maybe to help the wood dry out faster. There's a huge old jar lid right there. I really don't want to go in because there's nails sticking up everywhere. But I'll do the best I can to show you guys. Check out the hinges on this door. Check out the hinges on this door. Oh, I kind of have to go in, don't I, guys? We are now inside a cabin, definitely over 100 years old. Check out this little drop leaf table. An old galvanized wash bin, galvanized bucket. Now check out this view that they had out the window. there was no glass at any time, I don't think. It just had these hinges and this board on it. A little wood stove at one point. You can still see the flooring right over there. And then there's a little hinge on the ground right here too. A little hinge on the ground right there. And a shelf right there in the corner. Another shelf over here. So cool. You can see all the cut marks for where they made their dinners long, long ago. Awesome. Oh, just stepped on a nail. That just about went through my shoe. Oh, and they even had a latch. Probably for the wind.
Wow, how short is this ceiling? This table. Wow.
See all the cut marks on it?
Oh my gosh. That is so cool. That was probably their little wash basin. Oh, and here's the front door. And a pail.
No, that's a window.
Oh,
That's how they covered the window. Yeah.
And a pail and a shelf over there.
It's still got the front door on it.
Did you see the top to that jar over there?
Yeah.
That's cool. Wow.
So cool how they just took the rocks to level this thing. Looks like a old bench here. Now, somebody's got to tell me, because that looks like a snake vertebrae. Kind of. Maybe not. I know it doesn't have the ribs on it, but it's kind of tapered and small. Which would mean that there's snakes here. So the other cabin is down that valley around that corner, the one we saw yesterday, about a mile. And looking up, I didn't see any more little valleys with structures or anything. It just kind of tapers up to the beginning of this stream. You can see the trees. We'll see if we can head down to the stream like we did yesterday.
So we didn't have any idea that we would find any of these structures on this trip. I mean, we were just walking and looking at maps, and Charlie saw that structure. I think he told you guys about it, but just wanted to reiterate, like, this is a surprise to us. So hopefully a really fun adventure for you guys as well. You know, kind of seeing firsthand, discovering something for the first time for ourselves, and without doing any research. I mean, adventure is everywhere. So, you don't need to be well researched or, exactly know what you're doing. Just get out, start walking around, exploring, look at maps. You'll find cool stuff. We do it all the time.
Life really is a choose your own adventure.
It is. Just like, do you guys remember those books? If you're our age, you know what we're talking about. The choose your own adventure books, where you'd read the first chapter and then you'd come to a crossroad and then the author lets you pick which direction you want to go. And
turn to page 20 if you do this. Turn to page 83 if you want to do this.
Yeah.
And the book could be short or long depending on how you chose your adventure.
Of course, I'd change my mind all the time and go backwards and then pick a different route.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
We're like, wait a minute, I don't like this ending. But yeah, I mean, just being able to get out and make your own adventure is great. Like, if you decide that you want to like plan everything out, that's fine. That's your own adventure. But for us, we like to let the adventures just kind of unravel and happen as our lives go on. We find there's a lot more wonder that way.
It's exciting.
It is. And sometimes you get a dead end, like just in a choose your own adventure book. Sometimes it's nothing. There's nothing down that road. And sometimes there's the history of the cabins. I just found this guy on the ground. Looks like, you can say that's jasper, babe? It's kind of a beautiful color mix.
Yeah, it's got that kind of shininess, huh?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's different than all the other stuff around here.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It's got some details in there.
It does. It's nice.
Beautiful. Ooh. I lost it.
There are 2 Skiff Milkvetches right here. One there and one here. And they are legumes. And they're fruiting. And why do I keep losing this one? And I believe they are edible, but we would not eat them because they only grow here in the entire world, in this part of Colorado. Pretty much in this valley. So that's pretty cool. 2 rare plants right next to each other. Heat and elevation are no joke. Wow. We're over 8,000 feet here. And it's probably about 89, 90 degrees right now. There is a little breeze, but man, Colorado hikers, I give it to you. We're just walking up a road, not a mountain, and I am winded, stopping every few seconds. About a half mile to go. That's all. I think we're past most of the steepness, but elevation makes it a little more difficult, but when you add heat to that elevation, whew. Okay, I think I'm ready.
A tempting pizza in the cast iron. We'll see. Non-dairy cheese doesn't melt like regular cheese, but I promise you, it's cooked. The crust turned out awesome. Yum.
Well, that was fun.
That was so much fun.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and check us out on Patreon, and we'll see you next time.
Bye now.
Bye now.